Good morning, teacher. Today is my and I, Einar Torres. We are going to present to you our PBL project that is entitled English Oral Production Development through Free Drawing. Before starting with all the information, it is necessary to say that we decided to change the title since we had a problem with the population that we had as participants. Why? Because the university has proposed a similar project in the similar schedule, which is guided by an expert. So, for that reason, we changed the methodology or our idea that was a technique to implement technique by free drawing. So, to have an order in our explanation, we have an agenda that first of all we are going to present our problem. After that, the justification, objective, theoretical framework, methodology, schedule, partial results, and conclusion.
So, for starting, it is important to say that drawing is one of the greatest ways of expression. Is the best way to communicate what there is in human mind. So Michelangelo said that, "Let whoever may have attained to so much as to have the power of drawing know that he holds a great treasure." So the fact of drawing is something that goes beyond than do something. Yeah, that do something. It's like transmit. It's like to do something more special. Yeah.
So, what is the problem of our project? So, this project has emerged to the necessity to make express the feelings through the creativity. Seeing that there are many students who have a non-common intelligence, logical or mathematical in this case, but on the contrary, they are so skilled with their hands to reproduce what they is in their minds or what they want to transmit to the external world. So, our justification said that this project aims at providing a space in which the community of Pamplona has access to workshops of free drawing. At the same time, this pedagogical environment will be a strategy for the student to learn how to make an oral presentation of their drawing using EFL. Also, we want to have a space in which the student feel comfortable, where they can reproduce what there is in their minds by using drawing techniques or free drawing.
So here we have our objectives, and our general objective is, well, we want to offer a space in which the students of the University of Pamplona draw while they improve their oral production. So our participants are not only English, foreign languages students, but also we have a student who belongs to another program. So what we want is to offer that atmosphere in which they feel comfortable while drawing, but also we want to give them the instruments, all the vocabulary to improve the oral production in English. So our specific objectives are to propitiate the environment where the participants feel comfortable while drawing. So we aim at offer them the that atmosphere and that space in which they feel comfortable. Yeah, in which they may draw whatever there is in their mind. Also, to practice the foreign language, in this case English, through oral presentations of the works. Why? Because after having drawn what there is in their minds, we want to today transmit in an oral way what there is in their minds. So, and then to offer a guidance during the process of improvement of oral production through drawing. Yeah, so my partner and I, we are like the guidance for them to create all the process as the best space for them.
So, as a theoretical framework, we have three main definitions. First of all, we have project-based learning, drawing, speaking skill development in EFL. So, taking into account the definition of Baron and Darling Hammond, 2008, they said that PBL hails from a tradition of pedagogy which asserts that the student learns best by experiencing and solving real-world problems. Taking into account the definition of Jean Augusto Dominique that defined drawing, he said that drawing is the property of art. To draw doesn't mean simply to reproduce contours. Draw does not consist merely of line. Drawing is also expression. And finally, we have speaking skill development that should aim to achieve communicative goals. It requires understanding how the language works, the way that we use our language, our vocabulary, our speech in different situations, but in this case in English.
Okay, so the methodology that we have implemented is so first the workshops have been offered in mother tongue by an amateur who have guided the process. So we have decided to do it in mother tongue because, as I said before, we don't only have English students, yeah. So also there is a student who belongs to another program, and then we, the researchers, have developed the workshops in English, giving them the vocabulary required, vocabulary necessary, the implements, the tools, yeah, and some the vocabulary related to the art exposition, little art exposition that we are going to do later on. So in this case, we have used some basic instruments while drawing. We have used letter size sheets, white sheets. We have used 3 different pencils, HB, 4B, and 6B. We have decided to use these 3 different pencils because they offer to our participants to do some different lines, but also shadows, and it is easier to do it with these pencils. Also, we have used an eraser called in Spanish like miga de pan, because this eraser offers the possibility to do it in a better way. Also, our participants had used their fingers. Why? Because we consider that it's better to do the shadows by using their fingers, than using the pencils.
So now we have our schedule that have an order in which has the order that in which we have developed our workshop. Until now we had implemented three three workshops that will be explained later on.
So the partial results. Our first encounter, it was like an introduction of the project, and as you can see here, the first draw, it was like an exercise to how can I say that, to have the possibility to draw, yeah, like drawing some lines in different orders or without following an order, some circles, some circles and lines, and then here and here our participants have drawn like a portrait of the person that he or she meet all the days. Yeah. The first workshop, I mean, it was like our second encounter. It was titled how do you draw a tree. So in the first part, so this is our these are the two different works. Yeah. So this is a work of one of our participants, and this is a draw of other participants. So in this side, you can see the tree that our participants draw without following a direction, and on the other side, we have the tree that they have drawn following a direction, and the same case here, without direction and with a direction. And the second workshop, our third encounter, it was how do you draw an eye. So in the first part of the draw, it was a drawing without following a direction. Yeah. So in the second part, it was an eye drawn following a direction, and saying how do you have to draw the lashes, how do you have to draw the contour, the shadows, the eyeshadow. Yeah. And so until now we have implemented those three encounters.
So, as a conclusion, we have to say that this project is proposed as a possibility to explore the ability of drawing, but also it aims at developing the oral skill in EFL.
So, as you can see, here we have three photos, of the three different encounters, and what we wanted to transmit here, it was like the best, or the properly atmosphere in which our participants may draw what they were in their human minds.
So, thank you so much for your attention.